Today, I'm going to be addressing a very great question that came into us from one of our fabulous Soul Tribe YouTube viewers named Kimmo Puppy. So Kimmo Puppy's question is, does Mother and Father God still learn? And that is a fantastic question because it comes off of a video that we just put out in which I was discussing how on the other side, we don't know everything. There is still more for us to learn and discover. Now, we do know that God does know everything. God knows where the trajectory of everything that's going on for us individually is going and the world and the other planets, just everything. So God is perfect and does have the omnipotent ability, knows everything. But here's the cool thing. God does still learn. So how can that be? Great question. And I have a couple examples that I would like to share with you. One involves a precious little girl that I was helping a number of years ago on an Easter egg hunt. And what she was doing, she's a little girl. She had her basket. This is the first time she ever went on an Easter egg hunt. And I was walking her around, I was holding her by the hand, and we were walking around, and she found an egg. And she held it up, and she was like, blue. And I go, yes, it's blue. Let's put it in the basket. She goes, but blue. I go, yes, it's blue. And finally, after looking at the egg and enjoying it and looking at the blue color and showing me, then she put it in the basket. And then we moved on to more hunting. So my point is that we are God's children, and we know that God experiences through us. So just like we as adults know where all the eggs are hidden, we know what colors that we created, we know what's in the eggs, all this kind of thing. The children don't. When they're experiencing it for the first time or even the second time, they're always going to experience it in a different way, and it's new discoveries for them. And we, as an adult, we experience through them their wonderment, their joy. It's just so much fun, isn't it? To see little kids experiencing something for the first time, something that we as adults have a different viewpoint on. But for them, it's like, wow, this is incredible. It's a blue egg. So it's kind of like that. It's a really good example of how God knows everything, but learns through us in all of our different experiences in that regard. And one more example that I wanted to share with you. This is so adorable. When Vera was babysitting her great-granddaughter, she had her by the hand, they were walking, and they were outside, and this breeze came up, this gust of wind, and a little baby girl, little AJ, and it was exhilarating. It was like the first time she ever felt wind on her face, and I mean the joy, the exhilaration of experiencing this. Vera's talked about it several times because it was just so neat to see her enjoy this breeze that thoroughly. Something that we, again, as adults may take for granted. We're so used to it. So it's just another great example of how God experiences through us and learns how it feels to each of us as God's children. So amazing how individual and how much love and connection that God has for every single one of us. Thank you for joining us, and us as in me and Vera's here in spirit, and of course all the angels. We love you, and Angus too.